Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to show you how I made my Mandalorian pulse rifle. It has a working bullet area so you can load it. So let's get right into the first time lapse. Okay guys, so what I'm doing right now is cutting out a few of the templates. So I'm going to do that. I'm cutting out 2 of these templates to make both sides of the main part of the rifle. Right now, what I'm doing, I'm going to start working on the bullet ejection area. So I'm going to show you what I did up close. Okay guys, so this is what I got done. So we have these 2 halves cut out. Then I started working on where the rounds are actually put in. So I know the rounds on the belt are just for decorative, but I am going to make a round that you can actually put in here. So if you're filming, you can use that, which I am hoping to make a fan film. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to make a pivot point with this pencil to make it come up. So I'm going to do a time lapse of that, so let's go. Okay guys, so right now I'm cutting up the pencil to use as a pivot point. Then I'm cutting a piece of cardboard to act as the thing to keep it in line. Now I'm gluing it to the rifle, so there's the pencil being glued on. Now I'm making sure it works. Then I'm going to start adding some cardboard walls on the side of the body. So this is a very complicated build. If you need any more detail, let me know in the comments below. But now, let's get up and close. Okay guys, so this is the mechanism I'm using. So it's just, I use the colored pencil as a pin. And then there's a hole in here that this fits onto. And then you can swivel it up and down. So what I'm going to do next is put this on here and start covering the corrugation. So I'm going to do that and then get back to you guys. So let's cover the corrugation on this top, the back, and the under. So I'm going to do the rest of it, then go into a time lapse, adding some details up here. So I'm going to do that and then get back to you guys. So let's go. Okay guys, so right now I'm adding some of the detail pieces. Like this piece at the front, don't know what it is. Might be like a gas release or something like that. But it wouldn't fit, so I'm just adding some extra piece of cardboard around it. Now I'm cutting out different shapes that look good on the rifle that it is in the show. Okay guys, so I cut away when I cut off this section here, and then I actually did this on this side, added a bar going across to connect them, then added another rail like this one on the bottom. But the details are looking really good. So I'm going to do the other side in another time lapse. So I'm going to get to that. So let's go. Okay, guys. So this is a lot easier than the other side. I'm just gluing down some different shapes, like so, and gluing down a lot of detail pieces. So that is it. So now let's go into more detail. Okay, guys. So that was a short time lapse because there's not as much detail on this side. But honestly, it looks like this side's more detailed. But it's just very easy pieces. So what I didn't show is me making the cartridge. So it's a rolled up piece of cardboard with a magnet on the end and more cardboard at the back. Put a magnet in the tube. You can enter it in. Push this back down, and here we go. So I'm gonna make all the other silver parts. So the one off the bat that I know of is the taser tip. So I'm gonna make that and then get back to you guys. So let's go. Guys. So this is the template I made, and if you want, I might upload free templates for you guys if you want to make this at home. So what it would probably include, just the prongs, this piece, of course, with the other paper details, the stock, and maybe some other detail pieces on the rifle. But it might just be those 3 main pieces. We'll see. But I'm going to cut the prong out of cardboard, so I'm going to do that. So let's Okay, guys, so I cut 2 of them out and glued them together. So what I'm going to do next is cover all the corrugation. So I'm going to do that and then get back to you guys. So let's Okay, guys, so I covered the corrugation on the prong. So now I'm going to start working on his barrel. So what I'm going to do is take this old curtain rod I have, stick it into here, and then start working on a time lapse for all the details. So I'm going to do that and then get back to you guys. So let's go. Okay guys, so right now I'm wrapping a piece of cardboard around the thing Don't know if it's a grip or something along those lines. But after that, I'm going to attach another piece of the dowel on the bottom. Then I'm going to attach them with a little piece of cardboard in the shape of a triangle. And it looks really good. So right now I'm working on some bottom details. Just some pieces of cardboard that I wrapped around to make these like little screws or whatever they are. Then I'm using some duct tape to keep them in shape because they kept breaking. So these took a while, so just be patient. Right now, I'm going to be attaching the 2 prongs to the front of the rifle. So now let's get into a little bit more detail. Okay guys, so it's looking really good. So what I did, I attached these 2 poles and added a lot of other detail pieces, then attached the prong. So now what it's missing, a scope, a trigger, and of course the stock. So I'm going to work on the stock right now, so let's go to a timer. Okay guys, so I wasn't recording, but I cut out, what I basically did is I cut out this template twice, and then I attached spacers all the way in here, and now I'm working on covering the outside with cardboard. So I'm going to finish covering it with cardboard, attach it to the body, then get back to you guys. So let's go. So I attached the stock, and now it's to the point where it's too long to even fit on camera at this point. It is huge. But so it's so huge that I can't do a time lapse. So I'm going to have to do a time lapse for the scope without the rifle. So I'll do how to make the scope and then show you how to mount it. But right now I'm going to work on the trigger guard. So what I'm going to do is just put a piece of cardboard from here to there. So I'm going to do that and then get back to you guys. So let's go. Okay guys, so right now I am working on the scope. So what it is, it's a piece of cardboard rolled up into a tube. So I had to make it a few times. The first time it was a little too big. Now what I'm adding is a few little pieces on the outside to give it more detail. They're basically other pieces of cardboard rolled up around the center scope. So then I'm going to finish doing that on both sides and then get back to you guys. Okay guys, so this is what the scope looks like. It's just a piece of cardboard wrapped up with other pieces wrapped alongside it. And let's try and put the rifle down. So I actually made the scope mount. It's just pieces of cardboard that I angled out on both sides. So it looked like this. So this is the side that would be attached to the gun. And then it would look like this. Basically, it looks like a ramp, kind of. But what I'm going to do now is attach magnets to each side. So then I can take it off if I want to. So let's go. Okay, guys, so I attached the scope. So now I'm going to paint everything that needs to be silver. So that includes the prongs and the main body. So I'm going to paint that. So let's go. Okay, guys, so I painted the body of it. And then the spikes, I forgot what I was calling them, but now I am going to paint the stock brown. So I'm going to do that, then get back to you guys, so let's go. Okay guys, so I gave everything a base coat of brown. So right now, what I'm doing is trying to add the wood grain effect. So I took some tan and some black, and then just did streaked lines of different ways. So this is what I did, and the other side is completely blank. So if I flip it, as you see, it's blank. So what I'm going to do, I am going to do everything else with the wood grain effect. So the stock looks really good. And while I had the blackout, I went and painted the scope. Now I'm going to paint the scope mount gold. So I'm going to paint that, then get back to you guys. So let's go. Okay, guys. So I painted these things gold. And then some of these details, I faded them out gold because they're very hint gold. But what I'm going to do now is paint the rods black and then touch up any other spots that need touching up. And then I will get back to you after that. So let's go. Guys. So instead of painting the barrel black, I used paper. So this is the finished rifle. So thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see my homemade Mandalorian trailer. It's gonna be, I'm gonna do a fan film where it's gonna take place in between the 2 seasons, so I can't wait for that. So subscribe if you want to see that. So see you guys next time.